Hello, everyone. My name is Hunter Salazar, and I'm here with Nish. Today, we're going to talk about a story that he wishes to share, one that he experienced recently, right? Was it
Well,
recently?
I should start like this.
Yeah.
So me and my brother were planning to do LSD for around say 3 months or so.
Yeah.
So we planned it during that time, and now we just popped it. And what happened during that time is what you wanted to understand or what you want to know about, right? So
Yeah.
if I had to say what happened during the LSD trip, I should say that we were able to. LSD is a kind of a thing which makes you live life at its extreme, at the brink of the second. Like you just live on point or on the second or on the dot. You will be
You
right
live in the
there,
moment.
and yeah, you live in the moment basically. So that's what I showed my brother. It's like I was listening to, I mean, music was playing in my head, okay? And I was just playing the music right in front of him, and I was like, I
Yeah.
was just going with the music. And then he was like, "Are you just listening to that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's just going on." So the thing is, okay, it's not about being on LSD or being on mushrooms or anything of that a psychedelic substance,
Yeah.
anything of that sort. The end goal is to reach to an ultimate reality where everything descends into that one thing. So all that you are or all that you can be is is just a part of everything that you see, and you
So
become
do you
that
feel
part.
like so do you feel like it brings you to a higher level of consciousness and not just an altered state? Because I a lot of the time I feel like hallucinogens send you to an altered state, not necessarily to a higher state. Do you think it's a higher state of consciousness that it sends you to? At least maybe a little bit above the material consciousness that we usually have.
Okay, so is it an altered state or is it a higher state of consciousness?
Yeah.
I believe it's a higher altered state of consciousness. It's not altered in the sense. It's more like you see exactly life on point. Um, yeah, I think it's a higher level, more of a higher level than an altered consciousness because I'm not altered, man. Because I'm this fucking same all the time,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not, I'm not changing. I'm not changing. I did LSD around 2 months back, 2 months ago, and then I knew how my life was and everything, and I was extremely fine with it. But at the same time, I was just spiritually awakened. But at the same time, it's like I still had so much of pain and suffering because still I'm stuck in this nightmare of a society. So I still have a lot to do in the society. So first, that's when we found the answer that first you gotta gain all those material possession, and you gotta be on the higher level of consciousness, just in reality as you are, so that you can actually experience what life can actually give you in
Hmm.
that LSD experience. So, say for example, I'll tell you this. So, if you go to Parvati Valley or somewhere near the Himalayas and you do pop LSD or something, it'd be an
Yeah.
extremely different experience. It'd be a much more of a closer experience with God, and we did in our room because we didn't have to, but at the same time, my room is very divine, as you can see. Like, I have all the tables set up, and it's all divine. But at the end, we were like, we're just gasping for breath. You understand what I mean? In the room, it's like a room is never a good place, but it's not like we've had a bad trip. I was just enjoying every moment. I was just killing it. But I was just telling him that, this is life. This is life. And he was just getting me. But it's been 3 months, man. We've been planning for 3 fucking months,
Yeah.
and finally we were able to do what we did.
Do
So,
you feel like you were more focused, or do you feel like there was kind of like a blurriness to your
dude,
to your mind?
dude, dude, I'll tell you this, okay? Life, all life is just a play. It's just a play. It's just going on and on and on. It's just, there's never a stop there. So the stop is actually when we think that we gotta get out, or we are just stuck in this material cycle, and we want to get out. It's a very big thing that you gotta fucking comprehend, and you gotta reflect upon that because how did you even get yourself into this? And now you want relief, you know? So,
I think we have this natural. I think human beings, especially, have this natural instinct that we're confined, but
yeah,
we also have
yeah,
this ability to see beyond our confinement and try to reach that.
yeah, yeah,
We have the instinct that something isn't right where we are, about where we are, and who we are, or how we perceive ourselves, how we identify with materialism and our ego more so than the grander whole. And experiencing the grander whole, in my understanding, it regards different levels of samadhi. And I think the first level of
yeah,
samadhi is Nebikopa samadhi, and then you have higher and higher levels of samadhi where you start to
yeah.
really you can
It's
focus
true.
on yourself as an individual, but you aren't forced to, uh, in the way that Maya affects the average person in society in material existence. So, do you feel like
I tell you
LSD
this.
forces you to experience a grander understanding, or do you feel like it's you can control it? Can you control your experience when you're on LSD?
It's just that you can just see it. You cannot control anything. If you look at life, right, you cannot control anything, man. You can just you're just the experiencer. So LSD is just like that. But anything and everything, you can experience it on a higher level of consciousness, and you can just fucking play with it. You understand what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
once you understand the vibe of it, you will understand how to enjoy it. You know, and to enjoy something, you gotta know what it is. Like, you gotta bite into that happiness. So it's about that. So people normally, I see them losing themselves in LSD most of the time because they do not know what they're saying, or nor do they know where they come from, nor do they know who they are. So they can never ever get into the true reality. To understand the true reality, you gotta first know who you are personally, so that you can understand God much better. You understand? So
Yeah.
LSD is more of a gateway to see how the divine dance between Shiva and Shakti works. So that's what LSD does to you. It's like the Shiva and Shakti just down. It just goes on and on and on.
And
And
my opinion of LSD and hallucinogens comes from the works of Paramahansa Yogananda, where he briefly mentions that it does an altered state of consciousness, but not necessarily a higher. And but the more people that I talk to, I've tried LSD like once, but it's very hard to remember, and I just did not have a good time. And of course, years back, I smoked a lot of weed and I did a lot of mushrooms. But I'm still a lot of the time I'm still grasping to figure out exactly if that was me at a higher level or if I was just
no,
perceiving materialism
no,
in a new way.
no, no.
So, so I,
See,
but as
this
I've
is just
talked
a
to more
psychedelic
people,
experience. Sorry
but
about that. So, yeah,
as
go
I've
ahead.
talked to more and more people, I'm starting to realize that for a lot of people, it does open up that potential within yourself that was always there, but it helps you open up that gateway. Because I've talked to a lot of
Yeah,
spiritual people that have
yeah,
experienced wonderful things on it. So, like DMT as well.
yeah,
Have you tried
yeah.
DMT? You have?
No, no.
I've
Never
never
tried
tried it
DMT,
either.
but I've had an experience which is similar to DMT when I was 20, and I was never on drugs or anything. So back in the day when I was 20 or something, yeah, around 20, yes. So at that time, I didn't do anything. I didn't even smoke a cigarette. So during those times, I had a fucking experience that I could not say how it happened or anything because I didn't know how it happened, you know.
Yeah.
So that was the experience that I think that changed my life completely into what it is, and I started experiencing more and more, and I was thinking, okay, so I'm a fucking tripper, you know, I'm gonna experience life to its full potential. So,
Yeah.
see, I'm an artist, okay, so I'm an artist, so I write and I sing, I rap, and that's what I love to do. But at the same time, it's more like I have so much of bondage which I carry on with me. Even though I just lose it just like that if I want to. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like you gotta carry that.
Yeah.
So, for example, your job and your, taking care of your parents and, taking responsibility in the society to make the society a better place to live for everyone. So
Oh yeah.
I think that's where our nature comes from, and that's what the God search is, you know.
I mean, all spirituality in general is about unveiling the truth, unveiling our true nature. I mean,
True.
Kali Yuga is the reason it's called Kali Yuga, which a lot of people believe we're in right now, but I believe the yugas are much shorter. And maybe there's a bunch of short yugas in a Kali Yuga, but Kali Yuga is really not about like evil. It's about lifting that veil. It's about showing you, the nature that was always there that we need to conquer. It's not about it's no yuga is about complete darkness. There's always something to be gained from every yuga, and Kali Yuga just speeds up the problems that we have to deal with and makes us look at them. And most people believe that throughout recorded human history, we've always been in Kali Yuga. In Hinduism, there's plenty of teachings that it's we've been around for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years, human beings on this planet. But I think that if we can take advantage of the yuga that we're in, Kali Yuga, and we can lift that veil, and maybe LSD might help, maybe other hallucinogens might help. The more that we're able to lift that veil, the more we'll start to realize, okay, this is who I truly am. This is the path I'm supposed to follow. Because I believe that every single human being has a personal soul mission that they're reborn again and again and again, working towards that one mission that they perform for the grander whole. Um, do you?
I think I gotta tell a small story about my friend that I heard recently.
Yeah.
So he has lived his life entirely in darkness, and he was eating nitrite. Do you know the tablet called nitrite, which pregnant women use just to ease the pain? Okay, so
I don't think we have that here, or maybe I just don't know about it. I'm not sure, but yeah.
it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't
Yeah.
fucking matter. But the
Go ahead.
point is that it's a painkiller, and this guy was taking around fucking 5 to 6 pills just like that, and I'm asking him. I mean, it's terrible, right? You taking 5 6 painkillers. What will it do to you? And I was just wondering because for me, even though I'm a weed smoker, I am a say I love to do mushrooms or LSD or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
which is psychedelic, of course. But that's organic though. I've never fucking touched anything that is, say, for example, cocaine or meth or crystal meth or something like that. I don't want to do any of that shit. You understand what I mean?
Count yourself as
So,
lucky because years back I touched everything, man, and it didn't provide me with any level
uh,
of fulfillment
definitely
ultimately.
not.
But I mean, like, go ahead.
Definitely not. That'll be
Yeah.
terrible. Because
Yeah.
even now, right? Even now, it's like I do LSD, and then I'm telling my brother, from tomorrow maybe I will, go to my office. I won't smoke any more weed in office. I'll be chill. I'll just be seeing my own consciousness just like that in a pure way, just to understand where I'm at, and so I can grow from there. Because at the end of the day, okay, everybody are in this journey, and everybody are looking for a better consciousness or a better vibration of reality. Okay, so, and it's not easy to get that better or higher vibration of reality because we keep vibrating on the same damn level. So if you want to vibrate on the higher level, then you gotta pick up your everything, man. Pack your fucking bags and fucking, you know, because your ego is nothing. Just throw it away. Because your fucking everything is just a whale. You just fucking throw it away and see the truth just as it is, and you can see the fucking dance between Shiva and Shakti just saying, and it's there.
It's a divine dance that's been good that will go on as long as we're here. I think that
Yeah.
now, kind of turning to Shiva and Shakti, do you believe that there is now? This may be a loaded question. Do you believe that there? And I asked this in another collaboration. Do you believe that there's a spirit beyond creation that Paramahansa Yogananda talks about, and other sages talk about that?
Spirit beyond creation.
Do
So
you,
it's a question. I can answer that. So yeah, I've read something, and I think I mean if you think about it, okay, I'll put it this way. This universe, just imagine it, just visualize that, okay? This universe was once nothing. It just had this potential of immense energy that was waiting to burst through, and that immense energy is just sticking there, it's just waiting to burst through, and it is getting a material object or an existence, and it is acting upon that, and that becomes the Shakti acting upon Shiva. And all life, every planet, if you look at the cosmic space, you get blown off, man. The fucking vast space. It's like, wow,
Just in this one
fucking
universe, because there's a
crazy.
multiverse. So if there's a multiverse, this one
Yeah.
universe is so big,
Well,
it's insane.
I mean,
So yeah,
yeah, of course, of course. And not just that, okay? And if you go into a microscopic level, it's still fucking deep. It's still fucking deep. So
it's
no
infinite
matter
in all
if you go
directions.
upstairs,
There's an infinity
yeah,
in
exactly,
infinitely
exactly,
microcosmic and
exactly,
macro.
exactly.
And
So,
go ahead.
so this whole thing which is going on, it's just a fucking big climax, man. It's just a fucking big it's just a big show, like a silver screen showdown is what I should say, a silver screen fucking showdown. Because end of the day, we are supposed to just go into the next level of consciousness. That's about it. That's why I decided, man, not gonna marry. You're gonna be happy. I have my own fucking soul to work on. I have my own fucking job to do. Gonna do that. Because I know that, people, well, once they look for attachments, they are asking for suffering just with the attachments. Because with attachments comes suffering. Simple as that. So you gotta be unattached and detached at the same time, but you want to do what you want for the society to, society to be happy. So,
We gotta kind of have this equilibrium with those around us, and this is, I think, on the level of spirituality, I really feel like more people are becoming spiritual and starting to realize that grander connection and not being as dogmatic and focused on their one religion. I mean,
that'd
that's
be
what I'm
awesome.
seeing, huh?
That's awesome. Yeah.
Because I've been seeing that, like, even though this is supposed to be Kali Yuga and nothing else, I see people realizing that there's a veil there that we need to take off, that we need to unblind ourselves, and we've blinded ourselves with this identification with, okay, I live here, I'm this nation, I'm this person, I'm this culture, I'm this religion. There are all these titles, all these qualifiers for us being human are false qualifiers. There is an ultimate qualification for all things to be part of the same experience, and that's really what we're searching for. That's why a lot of people are experimenting with hallucinogens or different forms of spirituality, as a kind of a different thing, in order to give them that joy that they've been seeking this whole time, that they instinctually know is there. They instinctually know they're a part of the same thing, but they don't know how to get there. And it's really inspiring to see like so many people trying to get there, trying to work towards the same home that we're all from. Um, do you
You're saying, right? We're all from one space. It's more like, yeah, of course, we are hitting that same, we have that same body, we have the same fucking chemical, thing going on, but end of the day, it's each and every soul has its own work that it has to do to get out of its own material cycle. So every soul has its own karmic bondage, so it will forever and ever be bounded by its own karma, and therefore it gotta work on its own karma to fucking get out of this cycle. So no matter how much work we put into, or how much we speak, or how much ever, even if Shiva comes down right in front of someone and tells, "Hey, look me, I'm Shiva, man. Like you are free. You have no bondage. Be free." Like no one's gonna understand that because he doesn't experience that. With
so
experience,
do you think karma is eternal? It sounds like you're saying karma is eternal
no, no, no,
and you
no,
can't escape it.
no, 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 no. You can definitely escape karma, and that's where the answer for spirituality is. Because when we give away our karma, we are not taking any karma. For example, when you put your karma on God, You're not taking any karma for you. You're just placing it on God. And so you're free. Now you have no karma. So I think in Sanskrit they call it as vikarma or akarma or something. I forgot. But, you know, uh, how can I forget, man? It's memory. I have shit memory sometimes. But yeah. But anyway, it's like, but the karma in your life, whatever of actions that we have did in our life, will forever affect us until and unless you know exactly that you deserve it and you work towards the right attainment. You know, we work towards the right attainment. We want to do the right thing. We want to be the right way. You know, everything that you do, if it's in alignment with the universe and it's in alignment and synchronicity with the universe, then yeah, man, we're in fucking awesome world. You know what I mean? Then there'll be
So,
no
so
fucking
it sounds
war.
like, so it sounds like you also think, like me, that there are many paths to the same experience of this ultimate infinite consciousness. Because consciousness,
Of
everything below,
course,
every
of
consciousness
course,
below the infinite
of course,
is still confined. But like when I say spirit
of
beyond
course.
creation, I don't mean like a place. I don't mean like a particular universe. I mean you literally are getting rid of the last bars on your jail cell, and then that's when you can really become that. That's why I call it home, because that's where we came from. We came from that level of awareness, that level of enlightenment and
So
moksha, and we're working back to that. So like, it's not necessarily a place, but it is an experience. But anyway, you know, you can
yeah,
talk.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand that. Um, Definitely, enlightenment is definitely the key. And people these days are not thinking about enlightenment. They're thinking about, say, so much
I
of
think that a
material
lot of people
possession.
are. I think
Really?
that the reason that we think that
In India,
we're
they're not. That's for sure. In India,
I
they're
think
not. That's for
I
sure.
think I think that the reason why we think that people are worse now than they used to be, as far as recorded history goes, is that we just have access to information about people in a way we've never had. We're starting to see how people are everywhere, but there is,
True.
you know, most people are still deluded. Most people are bogged down by Maya, but I think that there's more people now actually looking for their true self, looking for Atma, than there has been in recorded history as far as, you know, thousands of years ago. But, you know, this is particular to this very, you know, segment of time that we have recorded history that we learn in books and, or like, you know, school books and things like that. I think that in the United States itself, we just got over segregation, like in the 60s. We just got rid of segregation. And that was a
Hmm.
step in the right direction. And then, you know, many
You're
things came
happy
after
at least
that,
that you
but
have something working for you.
huh?
Yo, I'm happy you have at least something working for you. Here it's
Yeah.
completely shit. Everything is just going to shit. I'm fucking hating it. What can I do about it?
I don't have the same pessimism because I think, well, maybe I just communicate
That's
with
fine,
more
man. I'm
spiritual.
just fine. Whatever the fate throws at me, I'm just like,
Yeah.
fuck, man. What can we do? It's about not being pessimistic. It's just being practical. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I practically see that people have access to information, and almost every single person that I know, you know, as a friend, is trying to wake themselves up. You know, compared to even me as a child, as a kid who was really interested in spirituality in elementary school, and then in middle school and in high school. In those times of my life, I did not see anybody around me trying to wake up. But even now,
So,
in the place that I live, I'm starting to see people who are trying to take off that veil. So I mean, it may be particular to my area, it may be particular to my biases, but I think that we are actually improving. You know, call me crazy, but I think that we are improving. Um, but we got a long road ahead. We got a very long road ahead. It'll take some time,
sure,
that's for sure.
sure.
Is
I'm
there
good, man.
we'll keep on talking, but is there, you know, before we stop the recording itself, is there anything that you would recommend as far as what you've learned in your, you know, spiritual activities in your life that you would give advice to our grander audience? Is there some basic message that you would tell to other people as far as how to find themselves and find who they really are? Is there something that is intrinsic to our spiritual journey that
well,
you would
you,
communicate?
well, well, you already know that I have a channel called Philosophy of Spirituality, which talks about this. and
Yeah.
I already have a lot of videos uploaded there. So end of the
I'll
day,
definitely
it's
leave a
like
link.
this.
I'll leave a link in the comment section below, by the way. um,
Yeah,
but
it's
just for
funny,
but just for
but
this
yeah.
video, like just one basic message. Just in wrapping up here.
Yeah, I understand. So if you gotta put it in, say, one word or something, man, life is a fucking experience, man, and it's a beautiful experience, and it's just beautiful. Every single eye that you look at, from microscopic to macroscopic level, is just beautiful on all the ends. But at the same time, I understand that there's so much of suffering and pain, and that's a part of the eternal
Dance.
cycle uh, well, that works on. But yeah, but whatever. The thing is, everything will be okay.
That's a good
Yeah.
message, and I'll definitely back that up. Hey, thank you for joining me on this recording. We'll keep on talking, but hey, if you have any questions, comments, concerns that any of you want to shoot down in the comment section below, feel free to do so. We always enjoy your
Yeah.
feedback. I will leave the
And
link to his
yeah,
channel in the comments section below, and I hope all of you have a great day.